Well, good morning to my friends at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Florida Realty. This is Laura Scott and Michael Ehrlich here to take you through part 3 of our 3-part series of introducing you guys to Buyside. A big reminder, you guys are part of a very select group of folks that really get it. Ray Mesa is incredible. He's visionary leader of your leadership team, and your leadership team, they're all on board. Great group of people. I loved meeting everybody. Just to remind you from yesterday's webinar, when we're talking about, because we did get some questions again, and that's great. We're loving those questions coming through on Intercom. What are we looking at? What is the Buyside platform looking at? And remember, it's online views, watching people, what they're searching for online, like on your website and other websites that have your listings. Also, when they're using your mobile site and searching on that. Save searches on any site, open house sign-ins through your open house apps, registered users on any site, saved properties on any sites, web inquiries on any sites, and also showing appointments through your showing system that you guys have that's like Showing Desk or Showing Time. And with the Buyside platform, the Buyside algorithm, Buyside brain, that's what we call it, it pulls all that data together. Remember, I told you the story yesterday, just like Amazon goes out and watches consumer behavior, and this is now the Amazon of real estate. You guys are the Amazon of real estate. You want to keep that in your head. So then what we talked about over the past couple days is that data goes into the brain and disperses out into 3 use cases that we've been helping you with. The very first one was 2 days ago, a taped webinar, if you missed it, on how do I generate seller leads using my home valuation system. The second one, which we did yesterday, is now once I've got those leads, how do I go into a listing presentation and kill it and and we know we are seeing people, we have right now, we're tracking with agents, a lot of agents have increased their business by 20%. That we have people that are going into listing presentations in, there's a company, Daniel Gale in Long Island, where some of those agents are coming out with a 70% signed. So please, guys, practice that stuff we taught you yesterday. Today, what we're going to be teaching you now is the Match.com feature, which is the intelligent matching, which what we said is that what it does is because the Buyside brain has become so smart, what it's doing is it's reading all that information that's coming in about consumers and what they're looking at. Again, just like Amazon, just like Match.com does. And it's taking all that consumer information where the Buyside brain, unintended consequence, the Buyside brain also got really smart about listings. It started reading listing data and started to be so accurate with what we call the intelligent matching, Match.com, putting exact match listings together with exact match buyers. Think of a lonely listing out there that we used to take. We used to advertise it in print or even throw it up on our website or whatever. A lot of times it just sat there lonely. But now what happens is it doesn't have to be lonely anymore because we go out and look for the eligible buyers, and the eligible buyers, those suitors are put together right away in real time. So as soon as you put your buyer data in, it goes out and finds the accurate listings. As soon as you put your listings in or your listings come in through your feed, then it goes out immediately and looks for real-time buyers. So let's go to that dashboard very quickly. I'm going to tell you what you're going to do to get to this dashboard. You're going to go into your resource center. There will be a buyer match button that you can click on your quick links, or you can go in through the global network section and again click on that buyer match button. Once you click on that, you're going to end up here on your dashboard. Your dashboard shows you lots of things, but the most important things, especially right now while we're helping you guys, is that you want to start playing with these navigation items across the top. The very first one was the first day that we showed you was your marketing suite. And in your marketing suite, just again a reminder, in there, that's where your home valuation site is, as well as 3 ways for you to share it. Also the My Leads, so as you start sharing it, your leads are going to come in on your dashboard. Make sure you check this every day at least once. And also check that out of area button. We had somebody yesterday, either during or after the webinar, telling me they were already getting out of area leads, and what do they do with them? So please, guys, know that this is happening for you guys. The ones of you that have already put the initiative and started using it are probably starting to see some results. The more you use it, the more results. And that's the same thing. The more you share that home valuation site, the more you put it out there in different places, the more seller leads you're going to get. Yesterday, we did the real-time market report. That also is a taped webinar that you can re-listen to. And this is what you're going to do in conjunction with already great marketing materials that you already have there at Berkshire Hathaway Florida Realty. What you're going to do is, this is the extra piece. Everybody goes into a listing presentation showing comparable properties. You're going to do that as well. You're going to do a marketing strategy, a pricing strategy, but you also are going to show those sellers comparable buyers. And remember from yesterday, we told you that those buyers being matched to those properties are buyers that are working with agents right now in your company, and you can contact them. Now, that we promised you yesterday is that we were going to take you through the My Listings tab and the My Buyers tab. So the very first thing we're going to show you is the My Listings tab. When we get into My Listings, and you know that some of you, we gave you homework last night to make sure that your listings were in here. Once again, I'm going to remind you, this is a demo account. This is a demo account, so there's only one listing in here. It's a fake one that we put in here. Yours, if you're a listing agent, you should have all your listings should have appeared. Also, remember, there's a little green button that's down in the corner of every one of these pages. That is the intercom button for you to be able to speak to Michael or one of the Buyside guys about getting the help. And hey, guys, thanks for using that button. I know a lot of questions are coming in through there. Okay, so I'm going to have Michael right now take you through some of the stuff that's on here. And then I'm going to help you with some things at the very end of it, how I would use this in order to generate some more business. So Michael, what I want you to do is basically show them how this page works. And what we're going to do is show you that here's a listing that's automatically been put together with buyers. So take it away, Michael.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Laura. So as Laura was saying, you know, all of this data is coming from different sources. So your buyers are being pulled in from Save Searches, Save Properties, but they're also being added manually to the system. And that's one of the things that you really want to focus on, is adding buyers. So you'll see here, this is just a test listing that I have, 6636 Northwest 23rd Terrace, Boca Raton, Florida. It includes pedigree information about the listing, bedroom count, bathroom count, property type. You'll see here viewed. So this is the number of times it's been viewed within the system, inside of Buyside by other agents. Listing date, list price. The first thing I want to point out is this awesome little tool called What If I Increased or Decreased This? A lot of us have to, as Laura said, I'm an agent in New Jersey, and a lot of us have to have that uncomfortable talk with sellers sometimes when it comes to price reductions. And sometimes, you know, sellers think that where are they getting that number from? So this actually shows sellers, you know, that it's the market doing the talking. So we have this little tool here. What if I increased or decreased the list price by a certain amount? So what that does is, and I'm going to show you here. So what if I decreased the list price by $20,000, we'll say. So if I listed this property at 180, 3-bedroom, 3-bath home in Boca Raton, how many buyers are out there for a home like that? I'm going to go ahead and click go. Now, again, this is a test account, so it might not change. But again, you can bring this to your sellers when you have to go for the pricing concession. Because again, you're showing. Go ahead, Laura.
No, I just want to jump in here. First off, I want to congratulate you guys at Berkshire Hathaway. Poor Michael, he's used to me interrupting him. But at any rate, that's my job, right? I'm the female of this operation. So notice the count, the agent verified buyers and the non-verified buyers. Do you know what that means, guys? You are in there putting buyer data in, because the other day when we did this webinar, those buyers were all black. meaning that there were no verified buyers. And we're going to go into that buyers tab and show you that, what Michael was talking to you about. But that means that these are actual buyers working with agents right now that are a match to even this listing, which is a fake listing. And it's not a fake listing. It's one that we found that's out there. But this shows you. And also look at, you went from 2 buyers at 200,000. Now you have 4 buyers at 180,000. Imagine, as Michael said, being able to show that to a homeowner. Sorry, Michael, keep going, buddy.
Oh yeah, no. Thanks for jumping in. And you know, especially in this market, in New Jersey, it's definitely a seller's market. So sometimes you might be able to get more than, you know, what the potential seller wants to list their price for. So this is a great tool that actually will show you how many buyers are out there searching for a 3-bedroom, 3-bath home at different price points. So definitely play around with that. And again, as Laura said, kudos to you guys adding buyers and verifying your buyers through Buyside. But you'll see here, currently there's 2 matching buyers. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to reach out to the buyer's agents, so the agents that represent these clients. So you can actually go into each buyer individually if you want. So we're going to go ahead and just click on this buyer. It's going to give us basic information about the buyer. One thing to note, and I'm probably going to say this more than once, the buyer's name, email address, phone number, none of the identifying information about this buyer is ever exposed to anybody except for the buyer's agent. So it's really important that you know that. So right now we see the target price range 200 to 270. You know, they're pre-qualified, single family, 2-bedroom, 2-bath. If I want to reach out to the buyer's agent, the agent that represents this buyer, Colleen, I can simply check this box off. I can leave the text as it is. I can add my own message, or if I have her phone number, I can go ahead and give her a call. So that's, you know, that's definitely what you want to do. You want to reach out to the buyers that currently match the property, and again, try to get it sold as quickly as possible and for top dollar.
Can I just jump in here, Mike, while you're going back to the listing tab?
Yeah.
Also, guys, what we know is happening here, that as these listings are coming in other companies that are using this in a robust fashion, they are getting listings sold before they even get the pictures taken. And there's a lot of companies that require professional photography, etc. And what I'm saying to you, this is before they even get that professional photographer out there, before they get the stager out there. So this is why it's hugely important for you guys to really start using this, because now you have a leg up on all of your competition in every one of your markets, that you are an added advantage to each and every seller because what's happening because of the internal matching. Also, Mike, will you show them how they can select the all button and send it out to all of the listing agents?
Yep. So once you guys start adding your buyers, again, there's going to probably be more than 2 buyers. You can send a blast out to all of the buyer agents by simply clicking select all. You can type a custom message in here or leave the message the way it is. You simply click send email, and those buyer agents are going to receive a notification that there's a matching listing for their client.
So now I promised you that I was going to, after Mike gave you the how, you can see how super easy this is, right, guys? So now let me give you some ideas, what I've seen work and what I have done with this tool in order to get listings. I have gone into listing presentations with agents, and I have had them go into your tool, show them you know how to use technology, show them that you have this kind of data. Go into a listing that you currently have, show them that listing and show them how the buyers match up with it. Show them what if I increased or decreased the price of this home tool. Show them the fact that you can now reach out and contact those buyers agents directly. If you show them those things, I call it the doubting Thomas syndrome, they're going to be blown away. They're going to say, is that going to happen when I give you my listing? Will that happen for my listing as well? And you say, yes, ma'am. That's why you want to list it with me at Berkshire Hathaway Florida Realty, because we are the only people that have this kind of technology. Boom, bang, signed, exclusive, guys. These are the kinds of things that we are hearing from agents, and we know work because I've been out on listing presentations with folks making that happen. So at any rate, as soon as you sell a listing, as soon as it goes off the market, tell them what happens here on the dashboard.
So once it goes off the market, the listing will be moved to archived. So it will no longer appear as a active listing. But also to touch on Laura's point about, you know, going in there, showing your sellers that, you know, you have this technology. This site is mobile responsive. You know, we live in a mobile world nowadays. Everything is on phone or tablet. So you can actually go in with your iPad, with your tablet, and have this function the same way you do on your computer. So, you know, again, you're going to blow your sellers away.
And Michael, will you send them the video that you have? So guys, because the added feature here, I feel like a game show host, but as a feature today, for you attending today's webinar, Michael will send off to your managers and to Stacy a little video that will show you how you can add Buyside to your home screen on your tablet, on your phone, etc. Mike, you'll do that later today?
Yep, and it functions just like an app would. It's a shortcut to Buyside, so you simply tap on the icon and it'll bring you into the
Perfect. You'll be getting that today just because you've invested your time this morning. Okay, let's go to the My Buyers tab there, Michael. All right, so all of what we talked about yesterday, we said to you that there are buyers that are surfing around out on different sites, like the Zillow site and all this kind of stuff, but they're also very active on the back end of your website and also through your showings application that you guys have. All of those buyers that have had some tracking data on them are automatically in a flow through to your dashboard. So if you went into this tab last night, you probably noticed that you had some 1-star buyers in there. So let me go over, before Michael starts to go over this tab, let me talk to you about the 1-star buyer. When a buyer comes in without a lot of data, they will come in as a 1-star buyer. That means, and Michael, can you scroll over those? The very first star, the 1-star, is that this person is working with an agent. And because it's you, it's that you're the agent. So that's the minimum criteria to get them to come in through the dashboard. Then the next one is, once you start adding data, this buyer has no contingency. So you've obviously added that they're all cash or there's something else. And third star. The third star shows that this is an all cash buyer along with no contingency. So they don't have to sell before they want to buy. Also, the very fourth one is that they want to move in the next 60 to 90 days, whatever you set that time frame out, which we will show you again today. Now, here's the clue, guys. We base this very much like, think of hotels.com. When you have a 1-star hotel versus a 4-star hotel, where do you want to stay? Well, I'm not staying at no 1-star hotel. I'll tell you that right now, because the first thing that comes to my mind is bed bugs. So that's what I say. When a 1-star buyer is in there, a 1-star buyer is a bed bug buyer. You want to make everybody into a 4-star hotel. We don't want any bed bug buyers. Why? Because bed bug buyers are probably tire kickers. 4-star buyers, if they've already gone and got themselves pre-qualified, they're telling people they want to move within 90 days, they're working actively with an agent, that's a real buyer. That's why it's so hugely important to get your buyer data in, and we will show you very easy how it is so easy to do that. But what we also want to show you is when you click through to your buyer's profile, what Michael's going to show you now, how easy it is to edit. Because what do we know? Anybody you work out there with buyers who lie to you by telling you what price? Mike, you've had those kind of buyers, right?
Oh yeah.
So let's show them how easy it is once somebody once they change their mind, what you can do as an agent.
Sure. So again, it's mobile responsive. So, you know, once you get off the phone, maybe you're in your car as a passenger, don't do this while you're driving. You can update the buyer easily. You can do it on the fly. So maybe this buyer, you know, because they're losing out on properties, they want to increase their buying power. So maybe they're willing to spend $600,000 now. You could simply click edit on whichever field you want to update, and you can update the information there. So right now there's 8 matching listings. I'm increasing the buying power to 600,000. I'm going to go ahead and click save. And in real time, it's going to start matching my buyer to other listings. So we went from 6 listings to 9 listings. Again, everything else here you can edit on the fly. You don't have to go directly into the profile, but you can do that if you want. By simply clicking the edit profile right here, you'll be able to add additional cities, zip codes, school districts. The more
Very important, guys. How many of you have had buyers that change their mind? All of a sudden, they don't want to look in Sunrise, Florida anymore. Now they only want to look in Aventura, or they only want to look in Boca, or they only want to look someplace else. Well, we've all had that. So it's very easy. All you have to do is go in there, click, click, click. It's done. You no longer writing this stuff down, going back to the office, updating your files. You can do it right now on the fly. It is hugely important. This is why we call this the time saver factor. And that's what you guys all need. Your time is money. So let's go back into that buyer think profile page, Michael.
Sure.
And I want to show them that when you, for example, this buyer is matching what Michael found with 9 listings. And you can see there's the listings there on the left-hand side. And Michael just show them over there to contact the listing agents, just like what you saw before, is that those are all the listing agents. You want to contact them one at a time. Boom, that's all you have to do. And what does it say there? Buyers' names are never shared. It's only going to be the listing agent. Right?
Right.
Not given to you. So there we go. That's how that works. Now, Mike, let's show them the fun stuff on the buyer profile page. This is the public profile that people see when you share a buyer.
Now,
So
again, let me, if I can break it in for a second. This is a test, so I just want to tell you exactly what it is. This is a demo account. This is a demo buyer. Your buyers are going to have number of bedrooms, number of bathrooms, areas that they're searching in, but they're identified by this buyer ID number. Again, buyers' names, contact information is never shared with anybody. There'll be a brief map here showing them, showing the person that's viewing the public profile a map of where this buyer is searching. Your name, your contact information, your face will appear here. So any other questions that, oh, go ahead.
Can we see that in the I'm a buyer set, in the I'm a buyer one?
And I'm sorry?
In your demo thing, if we go into I'm a buyer, will it show what that looks like, what you're describing?
Well, this is IMA's public profile because it's in a demo account.
Okay. All right, so that's your homework, guys. Click on the buyer profile so you can see what it looks like, but you can see that the only way that anybody can get in touch with your buyer is through you. Your contact information is there. All right, so Mike, let's show them the stuff that's going to get them some listings.
Right.
So you have a Facebook share button. Remember how Mike taught you how to share on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn in the first webinar? You can also do exactly the same thing now with your buyers. So you see that Michael has that. Now, again, well, let me remind you, what we've been teaching you the past 2 days is not just how to use this, but the how do I get business? The only way you're going to get business through social share or any other marketing that you do is Michael introduced you to it, calls to action. We call them CTAs. So Michael, which call to action are you going to use for your buyer today?
So basically, I want people to be clicking on my buyer's social share. So I'm going to say I have a buyer searching for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home in Boca Raton, Florida. Buyer is willing to spend up to $600K. If you want any additional information, please click the link below. So it's just as Laura talks about. You have to tell people exactly what it is you're sharing and what they need to do to get more information. You don't want to just post this blindly because nobody's going to know what it is.
So we have an agent in southern Florida, Christina Pappas, who uses this in a constant fashion, a consistent fashion, and she is getting not only is she getting listings for her buyers, but she's also getting people who say, wow, this kid has a lot of buyers. I think I want to think about listing with her. She's getting listings as a consequence. So when this gets posted, and as Michael said, the most important thing is says, if you want more information about this buyer, click below. Because think about who your friends are on Facebook. Are they all real estate agents? No, you have a lot of homeowners. And the other thing is this is exactly what you do at every one of your office meetings. You raise your hand and you say, I have a buyer who's lost out on 3 properties, wants to live in the Boca Raton, Florida area, willing to spend up to $600,000, pre-qualified, no all cash buyer, wants to move in 60 days. You put that kind of stuff out on Facebook, and boom, you're going to have people who say, wow, this person's a go-getter. So here's the two huge benefits. I'm your buyer. I see you going the extra mile for me, putting me on your Facebook account, because right now what's happening to buyers? They're losing out. So what you're saying is, I'm not just trusting the listings that I currently see, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer. I'm out there looking for new listings for you. That's what a great agent I am. And also, potential sellers are going to say, oh my God, this kid is rocking and rolling. I want to work with them. Look at the clever ways they do it. You are now an added advantage for not only your buyers, but also for your sellers. And you are showing that you are a real estate agent who knows how to post good stuff on Facebook, other than that junk that a lot of people post, like, I have a new listing, I have a new open house. Nobody cares. Don't list that kind of stuff. Michael does this all the time, and in further webinars that Michael does for you guys, what he's also going to show you is how you can use Facebook Live and other ways that you can make your listings and your buyers come alive via the social sites. So Michael, let's show them how easy it is to post it.
Laura, what do you think the best times to post on Facebook are?
So why don't we post this right now? And that's a great question, Michael. So the best times to post on Facebook are 9 o'clock in the morning, because that's when people just get to work. Also at noon, because people are just getting back from lunch or going to lunch. And also from 6 o'clock till bedtime at night, because that's when people are sitting on their couches with every one of their machines, watching TV, checking their email, and doing all that kind of stuff. Michael and I recommend that you post at least once a week. Also, ask your friends to post for you. People trust the recommendations by friends 86% of the time, advertising or people's self-promotion 14% of the time. So get your friends to say, hey, check out my friend Laura's new buyer that she has for a property. Maybe you have a property that matches this buyer. Click below. And that's what you see is that just what Michael just showed you, that it appears in your news feed as well as on your wall and in the news feed of your friends. Michael, let's just highlight that there is also LinkedIn and Facebook. We won't go through that today, but we will. Twitter, you can share your buyers on Twitter, and you can share your buyers on LinkedIn. In our follow-up webinars on this, and we're going to be working with your people teaching social media, and Michael taught you on Mondays ways that you could use LinkedIn. There are similar ways. If you have more questions, we also have Buyside Insiders that Michael runs that, and Buyside Insiders, you can ask questions there, also get ideas there on how you can market. These are agents from all over the United States sharing their stuff that they have and sharing what they're doing. Why wouldn't you want to do it? Put it on here. We do not allow people to post their new listings. We do not allow people to say they have open houses. This is a resource site, and these are all people from around the country that get it. So you will be joining a very select group of people. So let's go back to that dashboard, Michael. And let's just, Michael, is there anything that you wanted to add?
No, I think you pretty much said it all. It's start posting this. Again, you're tapping into your sphere on Facebook. On my Facebook, I don't necessarily know every single person. I may have come across them at some point, but once they start sharing that out with people, especially when it comes to sharing your buyers, you're getting the inside track for your buyers, but you're also showing people that you have buyers. There might be a seller that's thinking about selling, but they're on the fence. They're like, oh, I don't know who's going to buy my house. Oh, here's a person that's looking for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home, willing to spend up to $600,000. That matches my home. So again, start sharing your buyers. You're doing something that nobody else is doing. So, definitely get them out there, and you'll start generating leads.
All right, Michael. So also, we have a feature here that we don't usually show people, but once again, as an added bonus, we're going to show you how to use the find button. Michael, what I want us to show them is, for example, when they're thinking about going on a listing presentation, they can go into the find, and you want to find buyers, because remember, that property is not a listing yet. But what you can do is you can look for the buyer activity in or around that home that you're going to be going on a listing presentation with. And Michael, will you show them how easy it is to use the find feature?
Sure. So, maybe you're driving on your way to the office one day and you see a new for sale by owner sign in the yard. You want to see how many buyers are out there, because again, this is helping you differentiate yourself from all the other agents that are going in there with the CMA. You're showing them exact match buyers that are searching for a home like theirs. So you can simply look up by city, zip code, or town. I'm just going to do Boca Raton as an example. Again, this is a demo account, so please bear with me. So if the home is 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, select, the price that you think that it would sell at, or maybe the price that the FSBO listed it at, to see how many buyers are actually out there. You simply click search and it'll display exact match buyers for that home. So you'll be able to basically go into that listing appointment. You're going to be able to give that for sale by owner a call and say, I have 24 buyers currently searching for a home like yours. And Laura, when they say, when a for sale by owner says, oh, we'll bring the buyers then, what do we say?
Well, now you have the power. That's not the way it works now, Mr. and Mrs. Homeowner. What I can do is I can come to a listing presentation and you can sign an exclusive with us. And then at that point, those buyers agents will be notified that your property is for sale. But that's the only way that you get access to through our database system that we have right now that operates like Match.com and Amazon.com. Nobody else has this kind of power. Nobody else has this kind of data. And I certainly would love to share it with you once you sign the exclusive. You guys are in the driver's seat now. This is not only for sale by owners, this is for any person you're going on a listing presentation with. You need to show them that you are different from everybody else that's out there. I go on the road and I do presentations all over the United States. One of them I do is agent same, or same-us. You know why? Because that's the way the consumer sees us, because we all go in with the same stuff. We go in with reverse MLS searches, we go in with MLS pages, we go in with our marketing materials, and we go in with all the same blah, 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 blah. That's great. Execution, maybe some of us are a lot better at executing, but bottom line, a lot of times it's the same. This is what's going to differentiate you. This tool, as you start to play with it and you start to use it, and the more that you use it, the more robust that it's going to become. That's why this add button is the most important thing that we're going to show you today. You're not only going to update your buyer information, but you are going to add buyers. If you are currently working with people, like when I was down doing a presentation for your managers, I met a person at the restaurant in the hotel that I was staying at. When I told them I was in real estate, they said, really? I'm thinking about selling my mother's home. Wow, that's a lead. Or I'm thinking, I'm here on vacation. I'm thinking about buying in, South Beach, whatever. That's a lead. Oh, really? Let me put your information in. So the add a buyer thing is very easy. Where are they looking? Remember, the fields that you want to absolutely fill in the very beginning are the highlighted fields: number of bedrooms, number of bathrooms, the property type, because you don't want to show somebody a condo if they want a single family or vice versa. Then you want to do is then, if you would like, you can add more data so that the tool gets more specific with the listings it matches it with. We showed you yesterday, there's also like a must likes, dislikes button there where you can show people like I must have a pool, etc. Because we in Florida, I know I'm sitting over here in Fort Myers right now today, and it's warm and I'm going to be going swimming pretty soon. Scroll down, another must add field is what are they? Pre-qualified, all cash? Also, what's the minimum price they're looking at? What's the maximum price? When do they want to purchase by? And what type of buyer are they? That's your contingency. They're a first-time home buyer. They don't have to sell anything. They're only going to get an FHA loan. Here's where you put your buyer data in or not. It's optional. I suggest you do it because it makes your life easier, where you put the contact information. But for those of you that don't want to do it, fine, as long as you can remember who these people are. And of those of you, if you put an alias in there, as long as you remember who Mickey Mouse 1, Mickey Mouse 2, Mickey Mouse 3 is, that's fine by me. You have at it. But we've shown you today, nobody's going to see your contact information. And let me give you a hint. Reach in your pocket, pull out $1, buy a clue. Nobody wants your contact information. I don't want it. Ray doesn't want it. Your managers don't want it. What do we want? Every one of you and every agent in your company is going to want the data, because this is what's going to differentiate you. It's like raising your hand at an office meeting. Anything you would say there is what people will see here. You would not give contact information out. Like, here's my buyer and here, go call him. You wouldn't do that. The system doesn't do that either. Here's my listing. Do you have any buyers? The system is doing that for you, but not just in your office, going to everybody in the entire company. So again, this is the kind of stuff that your managers, they went through this program. They will also, a lot of them are sitting on these calls. You guys can practice with this in your office meetings, but let's just briefly review today, Michael, what we went over. We went over, in the past, we went over the My Valuation site, which had your home valuation site. Honestly, you should be really very familiar with that, marketing suite, etc. My Leads, check that every day. The real-time market analysis. If you were on yesterday's webinar, I sure hope you played with this last night. And also now today, what we've taught you is the My Listings and the My Buyers, and how to share a buyer on social. So that is what we've shown you today. What we want to do is now encourage you to add your buyers, make your people a 4-star buyer, and your added bonus that you got today was that you now learned about the find feature. And again, there are going to be further webinars that you're going to see when it says that they're conducting them. Sign up for them. If you have any ideas of what you would like, we will gladly, because I love Ray and I love your company, we will gladly customize a webinar just for you guys. What I want to do is thank you all very much for attending these 3 webinars. Really great attendance, great follow through. And also please request to join BuysideInsiders.com if you would like to be part of a networked group across the United States. Other than that, I think we're done. How about you, Michael? Everything good?
All good.
All right, guys, go out there and kill it.